Good evening, YouTube. It's a minute after 10 here in Bryan, Texas, where I live, and I've been listening to a lot of progressive rock. If you saw my last video, I did the Pendragon Past and Presents DVD unpackaging. So the two bands I've been listening to the most are Yes and Pendragon, and I've gotten back into a Yes and Pendragon kick. And I think it was maybe last night. I had this idea while to make a video of my thoughts of this particular Yes album. As you know what it is, it's Fly From Here because you've read the description. And my opinions on it. So this is going to be somewhat of an album review, but really just more of my opinions on the Yes Fly From Here album, which was, we all know as the Yes fans, was their first album in 10 years, first one since Magnification in 2001, and Fly From Here was their first album without John Anderson as their lead singer since 1980's Drama, with Trevor Horn on vocals. And I'm a huge fan of the Drama album, probably my third favorite Yes album, but I'm also a big Buggles fan too, so that helps that I love that album. Big fan of the Buggles' first record, The Age of Plastic. Second Buggles album, Adventures of Modern Recording, never could get into that one. I still feel I need to listen to it more. Some Buggles fans like it. Love the album cover art for it, but I just could never get into the album. But The Age of Plastic is a great, one of the best albums of all time. So I think the Buggles, Jeffrey and Trevor, at that time with Drama, it really worked, and Drama's got to be probably my third favorite. I haven't listened to it in a while, but I need to pull it out. And since I'm in a Yes kick, it'll probably be not too long before I put that CD in my player. I don't have every single Yes album on CD, but that's one I do. And this one, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Fly From Here album. It's 7 years old now. Hard to believe this album came out 7 years ago. I remember like it was yesterday, an all-new Yes album. I was already a huge, massive Yes fan, and will be forever. I mean, that's a band that will always got into Yes at a very early age, and when I first got a compact disc player when I was 13 or 12, I think I was 13 maybe I was 12. I think it was 12 when I first got a compact disc player. The first album I bought with my allowance money on compact disc was Fragile. There was a place called Hastings, and they had it for $10 on sale. That was cheap for a CD at the time back in the 90s. So, anyway, we're going to get on to Fly From Here. But what I was going to say was that I got into Yes at a pretty early age. When I was 12, I got really into Yes. And I was already listening to other groups like Jethro's Tull and Genesis. And people know me being a prog rock obsessive collector of prog rock and space rock, krautrock. So, we'll get on to my thoughts on the album, and I want to start this video off with a story of around the time when the album came out. So, as I've said, I'm a huge, massive Yes fan. I'm a member of YesFans.com. If you go on there and you see a member there named The Closer Edge, well, that's me. So I'm no longer faceless. You now know what The Closer Edge looks like. And, I was living in Austin, Texas at the time with my friend Lance Cook. I know Lance is going to watch this, and Lance, maybe you remember some of this and how excited I was. Because Lance knows I love Yes, and he knows I love prog rock. He knows I'm real into all that. So, I just remember the internet, Yes fans, and Yes World, and whatever I saw about the new Yes album that was about to come out, and everything. And I couldn't wait, because like I said, it had been 10 years since Magnification, and I didn't start really listening to them until a year after Magnification came out, so I had been waiting 9 years for a new Yes album. And I loved Magnification, one of my favorites. I love the Magnification record. And I remember they released a single, which was We Can Fly, and I listened to it a few times. And I think the album might have been leaked, or there might have been other things leaked from it. Maybe not the whole thing, but I refused to listen to anything else from this album because I wanted the rest of it to be new to me. and I wanted it to be a whole new experience, and I just could not stop thinking. The one thing I could think about for days or maybe weeks or however long I found out when the album was coming out with the release date and everything on the internet, all I could think about was Fly From Here. And I saw the cover art. It's a beautiful piece by Roger Dean. Big fan of Roger Dean's artwork. It's a great album cover. And I even went and bought a rare Fly From Here shirt. You can find it now on eBay from Hong Kong. I don't have it anymore. But it was a black shirt with part of the Fly From Here album cover. Maybe some of you Yes fans have seen this or have this. It had like the front part, but it didn't have the green part in the background. It just was black. And I think it had the Yes with the dragon skin or snake skin logo, and it said Fly From Here in the Fly From Here lettering. So let's go to the day before the album release. All I could do is, I was talking to Lance, and I kept playing that single We Can Fly on YouTube. I kept hearing, I'm thinking, yeah, this is okay. I'm really hoping the rest of the album is going to be a little bit more, it's going to grab me more than this one song. I'm really not. I'm thinking, yeah, this song's kind of cool. But, and, you know, Lance was living with me, and Lance was a member of my band Crack in the Wall, was actually the bass player, and played guitar and bass and backing vocals on one Crack in the Wall release, the Lottery single, with the two songs Lottery and Sting of the Bee. But you Yes fans don't care about that. You want me to get to the album. So it's the day before release, and all I could think about, would not escape my mind, is Fly From Here. I could not wait for the album to come out. Could not wait for it. It was on my mind so much. I kid you not, I could not sleep. I just could not sleep at all. I tried to sleep, I could not sleep. It's like, look at the clock, 1 in the morning. Look at the clock again, 3 in the morning. All I could think about was Fly From Here. And I'm just lying there, and I'm just like, I don't know, out. And I'd probably go out to the living room and listen to the song again and everything. I'm just so excited. I just haven't been like, you know, this excited for an album in a long time. Yes is in my top 10 favorite bands. Love Yes to death. I mean, these guys are my heroes. And so by the time it's daylight's coming, you know, it's just kind of the dusk in the morning. I haven't slept at all. I did not sleep a wink. Could not sleep because all I could think about was Fly From Here. It was just like when you're about to get a brand new car or something. That's how I felt. It's like the greatest thing ever. Finally, a brand new Yes album after waiting, you know, 10 years, for me 9 years, but for everybody else 10 years for a new freaking Yes record. So I'm thinking, okay, closest place that has the new Yes album that will probably be open the earliest will be Best Buy. So I put on, I'm not wearing it today, but I put on my Yes Talk shirt, which I also got from eBay, a black shirt with the Peter Max logo with the dates on the back, 1994. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to drive up there. And this is how obsessed freak excited I was. I drive up there, and I go into the parking lot. First one into the parking lot, and the other cars are like employees of this big shopping center. There's hardly any cars out. And so I stand outside in front and wait for the store to open. And I was so excited that I got there about half an hour before the store opened. Like, you know how, you know, you hear about those album release dates, people are waiting in line, you know, like maybe Metallica's Black Album and Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion albums were like that. Well, I was the first and only person in line at Best Buy for the new Yes album. If that doesn't tell you I'm a diehard fan, nothing will. So I'm out there, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna, minutes are going by slow, smoke a cigarette, wait. This other guy comes in, eventually about maybe 10 minutes before the store opens. He comes to the parking lot, and he happens to see my Yes shirt that I'm wearing. He's like, oh wow, cool, you're wearing a Yes shirt. I went and saw them on the Union tour. I'm like, really? Well, you know their brand new album comes out today. Today's the release date. He's like, really? No, I had no idea. I didn't know they were still around or something. I can't remember, but he hadn't kept up with them, and he didn't know that, you know, Yes had a new album and they had a new singer. He didn't know about Benoit David. And So we're waiting in there, and I'm like, yeah, it's the CD, and there's a version, there's the CD you can get in the CD DVD, and of course I wanted the CD with the DVD. I love CDs that come with DVDs. I don't. They used to be a lot of albums that were like that, and there's been some cool bands that have put out CDs with DVDs, which I've purchased and I have in my collection over there. I don't know if that's still a thing. Some artists were doing CD Blu-rays, and I don't have a Blu-ray player, so I don't know if a lot of artists are still doing the CD DVD thing. But I think that's a great format, and I hope it keeps going. The last CD DVD I remember buying was like a recent release with Aegis Gravitas, and that was a cool package. So finally, the store opens up, and this kind of older guy, like maybe 50 something, 60 years old, like some manager there, opens the door. He's like, "Oh, good morning," or whatever. "Can we help you find anything?" I'm like, "Yes, I want to get the brand new Yes album. It's coming out today." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, I'll have someone like look for the see if they could find the new Yes album for you." And he yells to one of his employees, "Hey, can you help this guy find the new Yes album? He's stuck in 1994," because my talk shirt had 1994 tour dates on it. What a clown that old man was. Yeah, you gotta love him. So him and this guy that was waiting in the parking lot, real friendly guy, real nice guy. We talked about Yes, and he told me the Union show was all great and everything. We go and we look for the CD together, and they had two CD and DVDs in the little rack where they had like three of them, I think. But two had the DVD, and the one in the back was just the CD. I think that's how it was. And I'm like, "Oh, there it is. I'm going to grab it." He's like, "Yeah, and this is the one with the DVD. You know, I want to get the DVD too." So we both, I think I got the guy's name, but I can't remember who he was. But he was a really cool guy, and it'd be really great if he was watching this. And I don't know if he remembers, I mean, he probably remembers it because he bought the CD, but I don't know what he thought about it, because I never saw the guy after that. I never kept in touch or got his contact or anything. But I love being friends with Yes fans. We have a lot in common. We might like them for different reasons, but the fact that we both love Yes so much, it's a family, we're brothers and sisters, and that's why there's Yes fans created. And it's the funniest thing, and he went to go buy a Robot Chicken DVD. I remember that, one of the seasons of Robot Chicken, which is why he went there in the first place. I think he's making like a pit stop there on his way to work, and I think he was dressed kind of nice. He had like a button-up shirt and tie and dress pants, and was dressed really nice. Looked, very well dressed man. So we get up to the register. I'm first. It's the funniest thing. I've got the CD DVD, buying flyer from here. They ring me up, and then I make my purchase, and he buys his thing. It's just the funniest thing. I don't know. Basically, I helped Yes. I boosted a sale. The guy was a Yes fan, did not know Yes was still together, did not know they had a new singer because John Anderson got sick with the asthma attack, and they had this new singer who was, Benoit was originally going to be an understudy, and then they decided, well, he's going to be in the band, and they made a brand new album. And we talked for a little bit, and I happened to have a crack-in-the-wall CD of a copy left of Toast Burns, and the World Turned from the Toast Burns, the 2009 EP that we did. And I gave him a copy of that, And I don't remember the guy's name, but he was really nice, and I think he thanked me because he didn't know that Yes was still around, and it's cool. I helped the sale, and we remember this is album release date. We both, and I don't usually do that. There's been very few albums I've actually bought on release date. Aegis Gravitas was another one I bought. I went all the way to Waterloo Records and bought it when I had time the day Gravitas came out, which is also from Frontiers Records, the label that Fly From Here is on. It's a really cool record label. I like it. They've done some cool bands, some cool CD, DVD packages. So I'm starting to kind of feel the sleep deprivation. So I unwrap the thing. I open it up. I'm in my car. And I think I'll look through the booklet. And like the cover art's super awesome with Roger Dean. I'm a big fan of his artwork. And there's pictures of them, and they all look cool in these like kind of green pictures, green kind of black and white green pictures. The album cover is very green, and I love the green. It was just, I don't know, just the green just really fit. It was just like really cool. The whole package just looks so cool. It's like this is like one of the coolest Yes packages in like a long time, or maybe not a long time, but like, I mean they had some. I mean I love the latter package too with that big pull-out poster. That was cool. So I'm driving home. I stick the CD in the player. And I'm driving home, and of course Overture comes on, and I'm thinking, okay, it's all right, kind of cool. And I don't live that far. At the time I was living in Austin, Texas, and I'm back in Bryan, Texas now, where I'm from. And I drive home, and I can't remember if Lance was there or if he had already gone to work. I think he was there possibly, and he went to. I mean, because I don't know. He had to have gone to work because he was a truck driver. He was a delivery driver for the Austin Statesman. So I'm listening to it. I get home and I listen to it, and it didn't really do a lot for me at first. And I'm really starting to get tired and everything. I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go to sleep because I can now. I can sleep. I can rest easy now. The album's out. I have it. It's in my possession. It's all mine. I paid for it. I spent my money on it. So I went to sleep. And I probably woke up around 4:35 in the afternoon. And went back and listened to it. And Lance comes home. And I think we're both listening to the album together. And I listened to it and listened to it and listened to it because I had been wanting a new Yes album for so long. As far as like the later Yes albums, the newer ones, I loved the latter so much. That one, everyone seems to love Homeworld. Every Yes fan seems to really love Homeworld, and I will admit that is I love every song on that album, but that is the best song, and I'm glad it opens up with that. That album has a great flow, but I love the latter album. Magnification, loved Magnification. Great orchestral. The orchestra really helped with that one. Really great songs. I used to have a Magnification shirt, but it recently got destroyed 4 months ago. I'll tell you about that in another video. Had to do with a car accident I was in, and there's a few videos back where I talk about the car accident I was in, and back in February. But we're going to talk about something fun today. And so, since I love the latter, and I loved Magnification, I still love those two albums. They're still very important albums. I mean, those to me are up there with Close to the Edge and Drama, Yes album, Fragile, Going for the One, Side One of Relayer. You know, that's how classic those two albums are for me. And I know not every Yes fan thinks that, but I love Magnification and the latter. So a new Yes album, especially waiting, 9 years. And I just kept listening to it, and I'm like, I don't like this album. I really don't like this album. I don't. I've been waiting 9 years, and now let me kind of backtrack a bit. Before John Anderson got sick, they had booked a tour in, I believe, 2008. And one of the best concerts I ever saw was Yes, and that's because I saw this amazing Yes concert. That's why I'm such a diehard religious, spiritual Yes fan, because of how great the show was in 2002 at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion in the Woodlands, Texas. I thought I was a huge fan before I saw them, but when I saw them, because that show was so great, and it was a classic lineup: John Anderson, Chris Squire, the late, great, amazing Fish Chris Squire, who I miss dearly, Steve Howe, Rick Wakeman, Alan White. They were all there, and I actually have a bootleg copy of this show on 2 CDRs, and I've listened to that. I've revisited that and kind of visualized what I saw that night while listening to it. It was just it's like a heavenly experience, and I'm sure a lot of you Yes fans watching this have had that same experience seeing them live. You think you're a really huge fan when you buy albums like Fragile and Close to the Edge and Relayer, and then you see it live. It's like it's like you've gone to heaven. I don't know, it might be a cliche or cheesy to say that, but that's how it was to me. And because I saw them live, I was changed. It's like going to church, rock and roll church, and being saved. So this band was all because of that live show, and me being a fan since back when I was 12. They've always been very special to me. I don't necessarily like everything they've done, and they've had their share of really horrible albums. Open Your Eyes, Heaven and Earth, Union. We'll go into those for a later video, I guess, because these are fun to do, but it sounded like, wait, okay, I forgot to backtrack. They were going to do a tour. I was going to go see them, and then they had to cancel the tour because of John Anderson's health. And then before I know it, my sister actually emails me because she hears about this guy who was an understudy, which was Benoit David, who was in I believe, Close to the Edge, the name of the tribute band he sang with. And he was also in Mystery, which I know nothing about that band, never heard them. But I remember being really angry about that. I was really angry at my heroes for doing that to John because they said, hey, we're going to go on without you as an understudy. He was originally an understudy, not a replacement. And John was very angry about that, very, hurt and angry and bitter, as he should be, because he was saying that none of those guys had checked up on him while he was in poor health. He was in the hospital. He almost died. He said in interviews he almost died. And the one phone call he gets is from Alan White, saying that, hey, we have an understudy. We're going to go continue the tour. We're going to have him, go on tour while you get better. And they didn't get his permission. They should have talked about this with him before. They should have had him okay it. I mean, that's just such a bad thing to do to a brother, to somebody in that family that was so important, that made this great music that everyone loves. I mean, that's just, they're supposed to be friends and everything, and it's like bad musicianship. I mean, this video is probably going to get flooded with positive and negative comments, and I'm going to love every one of them. So I totally sided with John. I'm like, you know what, at first I was done with Yes. I was like, not done with him, because I still listen to him. I'm like, I don't support this tour. I was angry. I was very offended that they did that. I couldn't believe they did that. Now, I don't know all the politics behind what those guys have all gone through, and all behind. I mean, I don't know. I just go through what I've read from fans and YesFans.com, and kind of what I hear. I mean, I don't know a lot of the politics about being in that band or the members. I just listen to them. I just watch their DVDs, watch them on YouTube, and listen to them. And then a few years, fast forward to a few years later, to 2011, this album comes out. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to forgive them for that, and it's a new album, and I'm going to give Benoit David a chance. I haven't really listened to much of it. I saw some live videos. I saw a live video of them doing We Can Fly. It was okay. I'm thinking I'm going to boycott this Yes album, but you know what? No, I'm going to buy it. And I just did not like it. It sounded kind of like a Buggles album. It sounded very much like a Buggles album, not kind of. Kind of like Drama Part 2, but not a good one. Just not a good... And I love Trevor Horn. I love Jeffrey Downes. I love the Buggles, and I love Asia. Jeffrey Downes is great. I think Jeffrey Downes was the second best keyboard player. And yes, of course, number one we all know was Rick Wakeman. But Rick and Jeffrey, I'm glad that Jeffrey's still playing with Yes, and of course I'm glad he's done Asia, that he kept the torch of Asia going. And I love pretty much every Asia album. The only album from them I don't have is Alpha, not because I don't want it, I've just never got around to getting it. But I love the John Payne stuff. Every album. But anyway, I don't want to ramble too much about his other band. But the only song from Fly From Here, and I listened to it again today, that I liked. That actually, I had to grow on me, because it wasn't like love at first listen, was Into the Storm, which is a good song. And I listened to it today, I'm thinking, that's actually really good. That's actually a really good song. I do like that one. And eventually they put it in their set list, and they played it live, and I went on YouTube, and someone... I don't remember the user's name, but they put an audio recording. I think it was in San Diego. It was the first time they debuted that on stage. And it's not the greatest quality recording, but it's cool to listen to. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed listening to the live recording. I'm sure there were shows where the performances was better of that song because it was their first time playing it live. But yeah, Into the Storm is actually a really good song. I don't know if I'd necessarily call it a Yes classic. But it's really good. And, Overture, I think is what it's called. The first, what is it called? Overture? Yeah. That's a pretty good intro. So I like Overture, too. So it starts off really good and ends really good. So I ended up selling my copy because I really needed money. And Yeah, I had to sell some stuff I liked, some stuff I didn't like, because I was living in Austin was expensive, and that's one of the reasons why I don't live there anymore. But I don't have a physical copy of this album anymore, and the packaging was great, and I wish I still had it. I wish I didn't have to sell it, but I needed money. But I recently downloaded it again, and before that, I listened to a video on YouTube of the album in its entirety to see if my opinion had changed on Fly From Here. And I listened to it again, and it's the same. I still don't like this album. I really don't. I'll tell you some of the points where I don't like it, why I don't like it, what it is that bothers me about this record. It's not Benoit, because I really do like Benoit's voice. He sounds like Trevor Horn, who I love. He has a very much a Trevor, and I really like Benoit. Benoit was pretty good for Yes. I thought he was good for Yes. I have no problem with Benoit. In fact, I kind of miss that guy. I don't like John Davidson, but I like Benoit. The song "We Can Fly." The more I heard it, it sounded too much like a commercial. It sounded way too much like I was watching a commercial of American Airlines where I would see kind of a plane going slowly on like the side of the plane going slowly on the runway, and these smiling stewardess. It just sounded too much like a jingle. And this is a song that they had, I forgot to mention, this is, of course, all you Yes fans know, this is written back in the drama days, where it was just about maybe a 3-minute song at the time. We're here with this album, they extended it into, 6 parts? Well, 5 parts, but there's the overture, which I guess is like part of that. It's a 5-part song. And so that's just a bit, I don't know, it's just weird for me. It's just, I can't really fully enjoy it because it sounds like a airline commercial. It's actually an okay song. It's not bad. What is it called? Bumpy Ride? Absolutely hate that one. I picture a game show when I see that. Like when there's like some goofy game show, some guy in a loud jacket, big, huge, creepy smile on his face, spins some colorful wheel and doing some... It just sounds like game show music. Bumpy Ride. I hate it. It just sounds... I just hate Bumpy Ride. The Man You Always Wanted Me to Be, which was a Chris Squire song, it sounds weak. It doesn't. It sounds like something that could have been on Heaven and Earth, in my opinion. It just doesn't. And then the rest of it, I can't really tell you because I don't remember it. Like, it's not very memorable. I mean, I don't remember Life on a Film. That's the one I think. I don't know. I know a lot of Yes fans love this album. And I think it's awesome that you do. I'm glad you like the album. I don't think any less of you that you do. Some of you watching this might think less of me because I don't. And, that's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Trust me, I really wanted to like this album. I really, really wanted to like this album because I was so excited, didn't sleep, waited 9 years for my heroes to make a new album, even if it was with Benoit. And I like Benoit. He's a good singer. I think he's got a better voice than Davidson, personally, and was a better performer. I had a chance to go see Yes with Styx in Oklahoma on the Fly From Here tour, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't go. But I was working at Dollar General at the time. I was working okay hours, but not, it's very minimum wage. And my brother invited me. He was a big Styx fan. I'm not really into Styx, but it would be cool to see Styx with somebody I really liked, like Yes. And I had a chance to see them in Oklahoma, and I blew it off because I needed to make more money. I needed to make more income. And the reason why I blew it off is because I was so disappointed with Fly From Here. And when I saw that Yes show in the Woodlands in 2002, it was so great. I was afraid that if I saw them in Oklahoma with this new stuff. And at the time, I don't think I thought much of Benoit, but over time, I've grown to appreciate Benoit a bit because I like his voice. I really love that Trevor Horn. He's got a great voice. I just think he's a great singer. I know that he had some vocal problems touring with them, so I know that's one of the reasons that. And he's also suffered like an asthma attack too. It's weird. It's like karma or something. I don't know what you call that, but I think he suffered like something similar to John Anderson, but which is why he is no longer in the band, sadly. But anyway, I didn't go, and I kind of wished I would have, because I could have at least seen Chris Squire one more time. You know, and I kind of wished I would have gone to that, but I was just so disappointed with the album that it's just, I don't know, it's, and the fact that that was one of the greatest shows, I was afraid that it would tarnish. I have mixed feelings about it. I do regret it a little bit not going, because my brother, he ended up taking his oldest son, Davis. But, so that's my thoughts on Fly From Here. Just kind of my own, I just wanted to share that with the Yes fans. Making videos like this is fun. It's very therapeutic to do them. So hopefully you like this video, comment, tell me what you thought of Fly From Here, and what your thoughts on the album packaging, the artwork, the production, the songs, Benoit David, Trevor Horn, those guys. What you liked about Fly From Here, what you didn't like. Just comment, rate, subscribe, whatever. Just wanted to do another video. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap this up. For this video, I will see you on the flip side with some more videos, and that was my take on Fly From Here. And like I said, comment, rate, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. And I will see you later on YouTube with another video. Thanks for watching. I'll probably do some more prog rock stuff pretty soon. Probably some more Pendragon and Yes stuff, because I'm in a Pendragon Yes kick. So I'll see you on the flip side. Thanks for watching, and good night.